It's a huge win today for us to be bowl eligible and have an opportunity to come out there and play we did on homecoming this week. I thought it was tremendous effort from everybody on the football team, especially the offensive line. I think they really stepped up the pace today of what they did with Steven. Protected Steven as much as they can from all the different blitzes that we had, but also able to run the football. I mean, you look at how we had 200 yards rushing, kind of took control of the game on certain situations of running the football, and then towards the end, it really opened up our pass game. I think that when it was in that situation, Steven started on the 18-yard line, coming out, making plays, using his feet, staying poised, because he got hit on the one long pass, which was one of those penalties that you can't call for late hit on the quarterback. He didn't panic. He stayed focused, and he came back and threw some passes, stayed focused, and then we took a shot to the end zone trying to get a big play. Threw the ball between two offenders, great placement, great catch by Hankerson, and the defense came up and responded. At the end of the play of the game, stopping them. But also, I thought it was great for us just to go out there and just play and have a lot of enthusiasm today for homecoming. Excited, because we had 400 yards and defense held those guys to 200 yards. It was a team coming in that was averaging 400 yards probably a game and averaging like 38 points a game. It was very high explosive offense, lined up in different formations, and we had injuries today, fellas. We went down during the course of the game. We lost 2 DBs, receiver, and we lost someone else. We lost like 5 guys who were key to special teams, and now if you see at the end, that's why you're seeing Colin McCarthy, Von Tellermack. You see a lot of different guys that were starters was on the last kickoff. We was depleted at that point in time, but you know what? Somebody had to step up, and those guys did. And I'm really happy for these young men on this football team. Really excited for them.
Randy, were you a little surprised that was it the plan to take one shot, or were you sort of thinking all along, no timeouts, whatever, just play for 3?
You play for 3, and then you get an opportunity. You know how it is. People start playing the sticks, playing in the yard market. 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 10. You're gonna play the sticks because you need a field goal to win the game. And we just took a shot, threw it in the end zone, see what happens. Hank ran a great route, safety bit on the post route. He came back out to the corner route, and I think the corner took somebody in the flats, and he reacted later. It was a great run, great catch.
Randy, did Steven play better than even you could have expected, considering the circumstances?
I think so. When you play a team like that blitz, I mean, they blitz from every different way known to imagine, and for him to step up and do those things, and do the 2 interceptions for touchdowns, those are things that we can coach him out of. But a team that's blitz happy like that, for him to make the throws he did in certain situations, but also gets himself out of bad situations like he did with Cooper on that run that got us a first down. He did one with Darius, in traffic, got out of a blitz situation. So anytime a young man do those type of things and make plays, you feel real good about it.
You talked about Hankerson with him making the catch. How about him as far as his development this year?
Oh, I thought his development being at the University of Miami has been great. He had some ups and downs, but he's having some good times now. He's making some catches, making some big catches across the middle, taking a lot of big hits. But you know what? He's a big receiver, and he's allowed to do himself that. But also, he can get passion in the passing game deep. So he's really developed into a special guy. And like anything, we just tell him you got to stay focused and stay hungry all the time.
Randy, you talk about Lamar Miller, the way he stepped it up today.
I think all the running backs did. I think Lamar Miller had some good runs, and it showed his burst, but then also some things. Lamar just got to understand, you don't have to make an 80-yard run. If you can get a 5-yard run, great. Get 5 yards, get the first down. And I think he's starting to see those things in his run game, that every run don't have to be a 40 and 50-yard and get the crowd into it. A 5-yard gain is a first down. 5-yard gain will get you 2nd and 5, which is a great position for us on offense. I thought Cooper did well today. He came in with some plays, some key catches in the game, some key runs in the game, and Mike James was the bruising guy today. So on the sideline, Mike broke, and they needed to get the first down. He got the extra yard to get a first down. I mean, all those guys contributed to what we needed to get done today, and I think that shows you how much this team has really come.
When you look at, all the cards that were stacked against you, guys getting hurt, place half empty, people who are here were booing, no timeouts, freshman quarterback, all those things. What did you learn about the team in the last 2 minutes?
You know what I told them, guys? I said this to them the other night. I said, listen, University of Miami is built on who the persons are at the football team at that time. I said, you guys cannot be what I was at the University of Miami. I was a linebacker, I was 4'8". The guy next to me was 4'8", the guy next to me was 4'8". I said, you linebackers are here, you guys are 4'5" and 4'6". I say, the offensive line, the biggest guy we had was 275. The biggest guy we got right now is probably 360. I said, it's totally two different teams, two different eras. I said, you guys got to establish y'all identity of what y'all want to be the next 4 years at the University of Miami. I said, every 4 years, it's a trend at University of Miami, guys establishing their identity of what they want to be in the long term. And I said, you're going to have to show it tomorrow. I said, you know, you ain't going to have the spectacular crowd and like you wanted to, but if you go out there and perform and you establish an identity tomorrow, people know what type of football team you are and what you want to be.
Next week, is Ja'Cory out of that game? We've read that he's out.
I'm not getting on you, Susan, but
It's okay.
just remember this. I said this Sunday. I would not know until the medical staff tell me. Until the medical staff clears him, Ja'Cory will be out. So the medical staff never clears him, Ja'Cory will not play. I can't say he's going to play this week, coming up, the next week, or the week after. It's up to the medical staff. So when they say he's cleared to go, then I can let you guys know. Until then, just say he's out.
If he's Coach, if he's clear, he will be the starter. If he's clear.
If he's cleared and doing all the things, yes, he'll be the starter. I mean, it's not you don't lose your job because of one game.
That's
going to be the next question this week. The quarterback controversy, y'all gonna make it worse than what it is. I'm listening.
Coach, could you talk about what was the explanation of the Sean Spence and the face mask?
You about to get me fined for me. I don't know. I didn't watch film. He said it was a face mask, so he said it was a face mask, and you got to just live by it. So that's just how it is.
Randy, did you have any special advice, or did you give a pep talk to Stephen Morris this morning before the game?
Me and Stephen talked early this week. Early this week, me and him talked, and I just told him, listen, you don't have to win the game. You're a manager. You're the manager of a firm. You're a manager of a restaurant. You're just managing the game. You use your people around you. Let them do all the dirty work. I mean, you're going to have a maitre d' make him do his job. You're going to have some waitresses make them do their job. You're going to have some cooks make them do their job. And that's what it all came down to. He just managed and let those other guys do the work. And I told the guys on defense, it's going to be on your hands to give them a chance in certain situations to make big plays.
But he ended up doing more than that, right? I mean, he got the first down on the run, he threw the pass.
Managers make decisions. He made a good decision. He ran and got a first down, and then he scrambled and said, "Here, your ball is going to make a first down for me." So he did a good job, and I think that's the one thing that you can get a guy that can manage the game and let the surrounding support staff help you. You'll be okay.
As far as negatives go, the penalties, the offensive line still.
Don't get me started. I mean, I don't. It's only this. It's been. No, I can't say that. I can't. I just have to keep working. That's all I can say. I mean, it's last 2 weeks. It's been 22 penalties. Other team probably had about 5. So it's getting to the point that how much next I can't get in trouble.
So you like though the way your team's overcoming adversity?
Yes, I do. They're really playing well. Really playing well. Tough situations, penalties. Just, we have big plays. They call back. Guys come back and make big plays. And I think that's just part of the game. The guys just, keep fighting, don't quit, and don't ever give up. Okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.